Hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't already know me, my name is Yasmin and I'm 17 years old. So today I have something very important to talk to all of you guys about today, and I think this applies to everyone, whether you're a toddler, a teenager, or an old man, and that is the 12 types of friends to avoid. I know most of you who watch my videos are students, so you're like teenagers or young adults, and especially at this age, this is the age where you're discovering yourself and you're trying to grow and you want to try to find yourself and be successful. And I feel like the friends in your life also play a big role in your happiness and your identity and all of that jazz. So I felt like this video would be super helpful to all of you guys, especially for those of you who are going to uni and you want to meet new people, you know, which type of people you should be around, which type of people to avoid, and all of that jazz. Number 1, the competitive friend. There's nothing wrong with friendly competition, but there's a fine line between friendly competition and actual competition. The reason that competitive friendships are the ones that are unhealthy and the ones that you need to avoid is because competitive friends are the ones that try to one-up you in everything. So for example, if you achieve a goal or you hit a milestone or you finally got something that you've been yearning for, your friends are positive and you expect them to share in your happiness and to congratulate you and to genuinely be happy for you. But rather, the competitive friend would just try to one-up you, you know, like they turn everything to a game, they turn everything into a competition because they're the ones who want to receive praise. But it's always important to remember that in healthy friendships, your friends are not supposed to keep tallies of victories and losses. Number 2, the gossiper. I think it's safe to say that everyone has partaken in gossip in some type of way, whether you started it, contributed to it, or simply just been present in a gossip session. In my opinion, I think it's very, very important to pay attention to how the gossiper treats the people they gossip about. If they're gossiping about one of their close friends and they act like everything is normal, then that's a red flag. Because if the gossiper talks about person X to you, then they're probably comfortable talking about you to person X. And you may want to believe, or you may want to convince yourself that you have a better connection with this gossiper and that they would never do that to you, but you need not be so naive because you are literally seeing this and hearing this happen with your own eyes. If they can do it to one of their friends, they can do it to you. Number 3, the bully. Everyone says that you're really friends with someone when you can make fun of each other and tease each other freely, knowing that feelings aren't actually getting hurt in the process. And to a certain extent, that's somewhat true. But if you feel like your friend is genuinely trying to humiliate you, or if they're just making you feel like a loser, then your friend is really just your bully. It's important to keep in mind that some people are genuinely jerks who make themselves feel better by putting other people down. So in this situation, if your friend is upsetting you or something that they said just hurt your feelings, it's important to confront them, not just because you need to defend yourself, but also because their reaction to your confrontation is what shows you whether they're really your friend or not. Because if you confront them and tell them, you know what, listen, I know you're just teasing me, but my feelings are getting hurt. I feel like you're genuinely trying to hurt me. If they're apologetic, if they genuinely express feelings that show you that it wasn't their intention to hurt you, then you know that they really are your friend, and you know what, it happens, they didn't mean it. But if that person is defensive and they're disregarding your feelings and they're just not cooperating with you, then this is how you know that this person is a part of a toxic aspect in your life that you need to cut out. Number 4, the flake. Sometimes people just have things going on in their life and they're unavailable and that's fine. But when someone is consistently flaking on you, that's a problem because it's a sure sign that they don't value or respect your time. You don't have to be your friend's number 1 priority, but if that friend values your friendship on any level, then you should be somewhat of a priority. If you do have a friend like this, my advice would be to use your energy on people who are actually excited to commit to seeing you, to commit to making plans with you, rather than using your energy on people who are only friends with you or would only see you when it's convenient for them. Number 5, the friend who disrespects your core values and beliefs. Personally, in my friend group, every single person is so different, and I think this is especially because we are such a big group of people. So naturally, I'm gonna have core values and beliefs that some other people won't have, and they're gonna have their own core values and beliefs that I won't have, and that's completely okay. But what is so critical is respecting other people's beliefs and values, whether you agree with them or not. If your friend bashes you or calls you out because they don't agree with your own personal core values and beliefs, that means that this person just doesn't respect your identity. These types of friends basically have the attitude that they're right and you're wrong, and that's that. And this type of attitude, it creates tension and it creates resentment, and all of this is gonna limit your conversations with this friend to very superficial conversations, because you won't be able to talk about things deeper than the weather or what you did today or how your exam went last week or things like that. And in my opinion, I would just say that no matter how much you love and you value this person, if they're disrespecting your identity, they're disrespecting your own personal core values and beliefs, then you need to cut this person out. It just, to me, it doesn't make any sense how someone else can be so offended by something that is so personal to you and would try to call you out and humiliate you and just disregard something that is so important to you and basically what builds you as a person. Number 6, the 5-year-old. It's okay to not always know how to cope with your emotions. I mean, in the end of the day, we're humans, it's normal. But if you and your friends have come to an age where you're considered young adults, then you are responsible for your own actions. So if you have a friend who has detrimental coping mechanisms like resorting to passive aggression or throwing fits or starting problems, then everyone around this person is gonna have to pay the price for that. It's gonna affect everyone, including you. Just because your friend isn't mature enough to be accountable or take responsibility for their own childish behavior doesn't mean that you're the one who has to pay the price for it. And this is very toxic energy that you need to cut out of your life. Number 7, the drama queen. We all love our soap operas and we all love a good storyline to our drama series. However, when you have drama consistently in your life, it becomes so toxic and not to mention so exhausting. And when you have a friend who chooses drama as their attitude, it means they revel it and attract it. And what that means is the more your friend is in your life, the more the little things become the big things. The more drama, the more toxicity, the more problems, the more exhaustion that's gonna come into your life, whether you're directly involved in the drama or not. Number 8, the user. This person seems to hang out with you, care for you, love you until something better comes along. And these friends are actually hard to spot at first, but the second you notice that they're friends with you just out of convenience, you need to get out of there, because you deserve someone who actually is gonna be friends with you despite the fact that they're in a relationship or despite the fact that their other friends are vying for their attention. Number 9, negative Nellie. Something to remember is that we're human. We can't be happy all the time. It's okay to be upset about something. It's okay to be negative at times, but it's a problem when you notice that every time you try to share something positive, your friend comes in and counteracts that with something negative. Like, some people are so negative to a point that you constantly find yourself soothing their insecurities, and it's less about them needing reassurance and it's more about them needing an ego booster. And sometimes you're at a point in your life where you're on a path to finding happiness, or you're just trying to work on having more of a positive mindset, and it becomes hard when there's someone who's constantly negative or someone who's always putting negative energy into your life. It hinders your personal growth. It hurts your mindset. It hurts you as a person, and it hinders your success in a way. Number 10, the jealous friend. When you achieve a goal or you reach a milestone, your friends, they support you and they share your happiness because they love you. But the jealous friend actually stunts your personal growth. And in my opinion, I feel like these types of friends are the most toxic friends because they don't support you, they don't share their happiness, and they probably have their own issues that make them jealous of you. And the thing about these types of friends is actually very easy to spot because anyone can say like, oh Yasmin, like I'm so happy for you, like you go girl, but at the same time you can see it in their face, you can hear it in their voice, and the second that you spot that, you need to get out of that friendship because in my opinion, I feel like no jealous energy should be in your positive aura because jealousy actually blocks positive energy, and that's why having jealous friends actually stunts your personal growth. And I know a lot of people believe in the evil eye, a lot of people don't, but I fully do believe in it, and that's also another reason that I feel like they stunt your personal growth because if they genuinely aren't happy for you, all this negative energy, all this jealousy, it's gonna hurt you. Number 11. The promise breaker. I feel like it's kind of easy to spot these friends early on with minor inconveniences, and in my opinion, I feel like the second you start to notice these things, you kind of need to push yourself away from these people because these minor inconveniences can actually turn into big problems. Like let's say it starts off with something small. Your friend promised that you can interview them for your school project, but at the last second they bail, and this causes an inconvenience for you because you're relying on them. The next time it's something bigger. They said they'll pick you up at the airport when you arrive, and then they just never show up. That's a bigger inconvenience. And then over time, you're gonna notice a pattern of inconveniences, and this is just gonna keep getting worse and worse every time. And the reason that I think that when you notice these things early on, you just kind of need to be super cautious or kind of push yourself away is because that if someone can break their promise, whether it's big or small, it just shows that they can't be trusted. Number 12, the liar. Something that I've been taught ever since I learned how to speak is that there is nothing such as a white lie because a lie is a lie whether it's big or small. So I have my statistics over here that I just had to read out to you guys because I was doing some research and I was just super shocked by what I found. So the first one, prolific liars tell 5.5 lies for every one white lie told by an average person. Number 2, they tell 19.1 lies for every one big lie told by an average person. So that's quite a lot. I don't know about you guys, but I see this as quite the problem. Statistically speaking, liars feel so much more comfortable lying to their spouses, their friends, their family, their children, basically anyone close to them. And the thing is, because all these close relationships are built on trust, it's so much harder to spot a liar in your friend group because it's hard to fathom the idea that someone you have this close relationship with could actually be lying to you. And the thing is, again, statistically speaking, liars prefer to lie face to face because it kind of rules out suspicion. It's so much easier for them to make their lie so simple, straightforward, and kind of rule out suspicion. And again, that's what makes it so much harder to spot a liar. The thing is, there are tricks to, in a way, spot liars. Like, for example, like I said, they're gonna most probably be lying to you face to face to rule out suspicion. But the thing is, because they want to keep their lie so simple and straightforward, they like to avoid questions, especially the question, why? Because the more that you ask questions, the more that you ask the question why, the more lies they're gonna have to tell, and the more anxious it's gonna make them feel, the less they're gonna want to answer, and the easier it is for you to spot the liar. So my second trick for spotting a liar, I read so much about this today and I found it so interesting. If you and your friend are bilingual and you are more comfortable speaking in your first language, then speak to them in their second language, because speaking in your second language is already so much harder and it's gonna make them more stressed and more anxious. So the more they have to lie in their second language, then the more stressed and anxious they're gonna be, and the more that their tells are gonna show. It's so much easier to spot them that way. So guys, this is the end of this video. I just want to conclude this saying that the whole point of this was just kind of to say that you and your friends should be making positive and happy and meaningful, lasting memories that are gonna build your friendship. And I just really hope that this video helped you guys out and gave you somewhat advice on how to pick your friends and how to make friends, which friends to keep, which friends to cut out. And as always, subscribe, like, comment, and share this video if you enjoyed it. And again, as always, if you guys have anything specific you want me to do, anything you want me to blog about, write about, make a video about, let me know in my comments or let me know in my DMs, and I am more than happy to do it. And I'll see you guys next week.